Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. Episode number 18 of ImperialJedi, and man, I'm honestly so excited for this one. This has put me to the ringer too for a lot of like mental strain and thought and how we're actually gonna get this episode out. But yeah, I've tested it out a couple times here. I have this really fun, awesome layout in mind for the Metro, and a slight expansion for our tram. So we'll get both of those hopefully rolling. A little bit of build in this episode, and of course some chit chat about transit. So I'm very excited. Let's just jump right in. So to keep things nice and light to start, let's put in the tram line that's going to support our green neighborhood. And we kind of see how it interacts with our one-way streets and everything through here. And, oh, heck, we have no tram depot. Wait a minute, hold on. Oh, I thought I had a plan here. Okay, hold on, hang on. We actually have to put in more of the infrastructure first, then we'll put the depot down. Whoops. All right, 1 second, and then we'll back this right back up. Yeah, I have a kind of a cool idea in mind here. Like, I don't really want to like have all the same routes for our like metro and all that other stuff, right? So I feel like they've got to have like purpose, you know. Does this want to fit on this? It's a rather noisy building, so I'm gonna put it over here with the attempt to keep it like close to the highway and not really have any issues with noise around it. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. And I just want to have enough room, theoretically, for later for a train, hypothetically, coming through here. But that's great. Okay, so we can back this up now and do our tram route. And this is going to be a pretty simple route going through here. It's going to be 2 lines, one for each side of the street. Where we just start any old arbitrary place. And, you know, in terms of our stops, I'm going to maybe have these pretty much the same distance as the buses. More or less, these are kind of like a higher capacity version of a bus. What's beautiful though is you can run the trams on a dedicated track, so you can kind of separate them from road traffic and really not run into the same problems that you normally would, which is pretty handy. So I'm going to leave this area here for an actual tram turnaround, which is going to seem preposterous, but it's going to be so cool when it's all said and done. So let's do a stop over on this end, our little transit hub, and we'll do a stop over on this end so you can get really like quickly on and off with the metro here. And that's probably enough room between these two, so we'll just end that one off. And we're just going to go the opposite direction now. And hopefully, there we go, sneaky. And if you're curious about how this tram corridor was built, if you're just kind of tuning in for the first time here, I built this a few episodes ago. I think it was called Going Green. It may have been episode like 13 or something. I don't know, I'm drawing a blank there. But the principal idea of this corridor is we've swapped between the tram-only roads as well as some one-way road configurations. And the goal of that was to have trams have the priority. So vehicles, they can still interact and stuff, but you can only go 1 block. Like, you're forced to have to turn right. So that means trams will not be waiting for anyone turning left, and they will not wait for anybody having to, you know, get stuck going straight and that kind of stuff behind someone turning left, you know? So the goal is just to kind of, keep trams moving as a priority, reduce traffic, keep it more of a local neighborhood vibe, and we accomplish that with some really cool one-way corridors and just swapping between the tram-only roads. So that way, we can zone the whole way down, fill this in some high density, and then just get trams moving at a really great clip. Okay, so I'm going to switch the color of the tram. Oh, this is so random, and I'm just suddenly thinking of this. This is relating to the comment section. Someone's just asking, how do you fix a broken transit line? So let's say, like, for example, you like lost a road, right? So 9 out of 10 times, the transit will try to figure itself out on its own. You might see the icons say that it's no longer connected. There it goes, right? If for whatever bizarre reason it persists and it doesn't redraw the line, just move this ever so slightly, and then pop it right back if you need to. And if ever you want to add more stops to a line, just hover over, and then boom. And if you want to right-click to get rid of them, totally feel free as well. And then if you've gone, like, say, halfway through a line, and you realize you've got a mistake in what you're doing, and you want to come back to it later on, right there are the icons, no problem at all. Just simply click where you left off, and then just continue. All right, so we obviously don't want this, right? So let's get our street back in through here. Or do we? No, we don't want this. A little turnaround point. And the same thing goes for all forms of transit. Just move this around. It'll fix itself. Cool. And then that one there, get rid of. Awesome. Easy peasy. All right, so the next goal with the tram is to have another one come from our downtown area. Oh, there's no power here. And we're hopefully going to get some connectivity in and around the university area. So we'll just really quickly put that together, and then we'll switch over into some metro. And the metro is going to be slightly overhaul of what we put down already, adding a few more stations. I do have an idea for a metro kind of like express route, as well as some additional stops. All right, so let's keep pushing on with our tram infrastructure. And you can see it's highlighted in purple, which is pretty handy. And I'm just gonna mix this up. Come on through here. Is there a way to keep that view, I wonder? Yes, there is. All right, now, unfortunately, our trams and our trolleys cannot cross. So what I'm gonna do is have the trams come in this way, just so they can avoid the trolleys. And with any luck, we might maybe see a slight reduction, actually, in traffic going over here, because people now have the option to take transit to work. And like the more of the network that we expand, the better this will be overall. And so see right here, we can't cross this over. So what we're gonna do is just bank down this direction. And we're gonna swap that from a one-way corridor to a transit tram-friendly loop right here. And I would like one other spot for the trams to maybe turn around, pick up, drop off some people. So I might send them down towards the concert ground over here, just as a backup secondary line. Or like hypothetically, if you had to pass another vehicle or something. So I might make a little passing point over here. And then if we end up adding some metro and stuff along the coast or a train station, that'll kind of justify that too. And again, kind of going back to what we were saying with the buses, right? Like buses, the trams, those kind of things, they're really great at extending the range of, say, the metro and the train stations. Like those, you don't really have the stations too frequently because they're just so expensive and whatnot, right? And then unless you live across the street, right? Like you're not really going to benefit from it. So our goal is to use service vehicles to get you closer to, say, a metro. Or if you want, you can use the trams as a kind of a dedicated line like this. And that'll kind of work like an on-street metro, because of the speedy sake, right? And this becomes the better way to get to and from your destination, and then people leave the car at home. And the next thing you know, you've got amazing traffic, and a happy city as a byproduct, because everyone's using public transit. So boom, there you go. All right, I think we can get the line in now through here. Yep, and so the goal is just to have a simple loop. Help serve the university, get some more people in and around the area here to work. Just connects up more of the city, which is really great. And then ideally over here, we're gonna have a slight amount of overlap so we can encourage some line sharing. So instead of having like stops everywhere, we'll stop at the same spot here. So if you're grabbing a tram here, make sure you're looking for the right route number, otherwise you're going somewhere you don't want to. And then over here, we actually got pretty lucky. And that was not too tight of a turn, so I'm actually gonna try that as our turnaround point. You can see though, if I just go like this, yeah, the tram wants to be silly and take the tightest possible, shortest distance. No. So I unfortunately have to tell the tram to stop on both sides, but that is the cost of progress. Doesn't really affect the line too much. Just make sure we can kind of do the route that we want. And we're already seeing some buildings level up, so that's great. We're getting friends connected, so neighborhoods are, you're able to go see your relatives and everything more frequently. This is great. And then that just kind of loops on through here, right? Oh, well, that's fantastic. Let's color these lines. Perfect. And that one's already done. Great. Okay, so let's move on to our metro. This is gonna be so exciting. I'm actually, yeah. Ever since the metro update happened and you could do above ground metro, when I kind of had the idea to restart this city, I knew in my heart 100% that we had to run a metro corridor in between the Porter Washington Parkway. Like, how do we not? Isn't this not perfect? So I was thinking we could have an express route that goes from here up to the mall. That'll help take a little bit of the traffic away from the trams, not the trams, the trolley buses. So I think, it's manageable for the moment, right? But if we start increasing the density through here, I think we might end up just getting overcapacity. So let's add a little bit of relief. And then I'm going to have another metro loop that kind of goes down this middle corridor here. So just kind of building the metro box, and we're gonna add maybe one station through here, one station here, and just kind of connect the whole thing up. And then that'll save us some room for some trains. Okay, let's jump in. This is gonna be really exciting. Hopefully we get a lot of this done just kind of in the first try here. It won't really take too much time, I don't think. Okay, so we're gonna go side on here, just kind of eyeball. Oh yeah, 100%, yeah. And then anywhere it does kind of dip a little bit too much, we can maybe play around with the pillars, but I don't think it's gonna be 100% perfect, so I won't really stress too much. And how long has this road been sitting here? Oh, that's a, oopsies. Guess we forgot that before. Oh yeah, that's nice and straight. Okay, we're gonna have to start, I think, going down, slanting slightly with the slope here. And I was thinking of adding our station to be like right here. And then what we can do is make this like walking friendly. So like, yes, this is a highway, like theoretically, right? But it's a low speed highway that leaves the roundabout right here. We'll encourage people to hopefully maybe use this. If it gets insanely out of control, what we can do is a fun little tunnel. Maybe it goes underneath, pops up, get people out of the road. But for the moment, let's try this out. Hopefully the traffic is light enough that people can kind of do their business. All right, so that's us connected. That's fantastic. Power and water. And we'll get the tracks in here now. And this is gonna be a little bit of trial and error, so hopefully I don't take too long to do this. Oh, actually, hold on. Is that the right height? Hold on. All right, well, never mind. That was actually the easiest thing in the world to connect, and the slope looks fantastic. So, okay. All right, done. And then this is where things get pretty crazy. So I'm gonna just kind of talk through what I want to do here. You can see what I was talking about, how the trolley bus is getting a little bit flooded. So we're trying to add some relief to that. Still want them so you can still access the neighborhood and stuff. This whole contraption, this setup is not really working too well, right? The people are all in the way. So let's slightly fine-tune this. So I'm gonna pull the trolley bus onto this side street here. And we'll see all the masses move on over, which is so much fun to do when you watch this stuff happen. I have no idea why, I just get such a kick out of this. The people conga line. And that truck, oh my goodness, that car was so impatient. Okay. And then I don't think we have any lines officially in this. I actually want to move this over just ever so slightly because the way the buses were going in was a little bit bizarro. So we know we're going to change this. Let's get rid of the metro line. So sad for the moment. And then let's move this just like down by, I think, a couple even. I have to change the slope first. Oh boy. Nothing's ever as easy as you want it to be, eh? All right, where can this just go for the moment? Hang out there for a second, please. Just gently terraform. And then I think with any luck, we'll probably see a little bit more use out of the bus lane road there. That should be enough to terraform us. Uh-huh. Okay, now this is where things are gonna get pretty complicated. Before I put anything else in, I'm just going to double check that the metro can still be attached through here. My thought was to come out from here and just do a quick little, oh yeah, we're okay. Just, oh, it even goes through here. Overlapping infrastructure for the win. Oh, that's fantastic. All right, well then let's try bringing this down first. Wow, this is so nice when this all just kind of works out. So we'll slope down with the Port of Washington Parkway itself, and then we'll hit ground level here. Yep, and then we'll just go below ground. Fantastic. And we'll double check that that's not looking too horrendous on the eyeballs here. Yeah, so this steepness here, I can't really adjust that, but this is okay, right? A little wavy right there, so I wonder if we can maybe fix that part, but I don't think it's enough to stress over though, you know? What about as a different game plan? What if we came at just the slightest incline here and then connected these two up? You know what? That's significantly worse. Okay, glad we good talk. Glad we had that. All right, let's try this again here. Nice in-betweener. Yeah, that's not too bad. Still a little bit of a dip here, but enough that I'm not concerned. And then can we? Yeah, we can. We already figured this out. I don't know if we're going to get the right symmetry, so I think I'm just going to eyeball this. See, it's like a little crooked. That's okay. We can't even see it's underground. But that's basically what I want. That looks fantastic. All right, so I was hoping to add, I think, a couple more stations. So why don't we pop one down over here? And then I wouldn't mind having one, let's say, over in the industrial part of the world, so over here. And let's go, and I know this is horrifyingly expensive, right? So let's pretend, like, last episode we did this properly. Because, like, no city ever would be like, okay, we're moving the tunnel 10 feet over. No. You would be fired from your job for even suggesting this if you are a traffic engineer, right? All right. So our goal is to get these two links up. Excellent. A little bit more forgiving with our infrastructure underneath here. Metro can kind of bank a little bit tighter anyhow. And let's keep this nice and straight. Maybe we'll cut across here now. Perfect. And then this will go on the, oh, actually, yeah. On the diagonal, great. All right, so let's put one of our lines back in. And this one's going to be a line that falls back on itself, so it should be pretty easy to follow. Oh, did I not add? I did not. Oh, what have I done here? Hold on, what have I done?
Last year, Horse Economy 3 smashed PC
It's
sales
telling
records
me
and told
that
the
we're
industry by
not
storm.
connected
Now,
somehow.
Economic Simulator has a new
Let me back this up. I think I may have borked a road here, or a tunnel.
Horse Economy 3 stable markets. Can you work your
Yeah,
way
why don't these guys want to talk to each other? That's kind of interesting.
of a major real estate
What I would imagine that I've done is created a bank that's a little bit too tight, that angle, and I don't think the track's rendered properly. So we're going to try now, just a little gentle curve.
spreadsheets have
Oh,
never
also, I don't want to yell over this. Okay, so we're going to try just smoother angles. Yeah, and then hopefully that'll let us generate the line. Oh yeah, that 100% was the issue. Here I am saying how we can do tighter bends with the Metro, and nope, denied. Okay, so just simple line falling back on itself here. Cool. And then I want to have, this is where things get really crazy. I want to have the track continue out this way. So this just goes on that way and we'll figure it out, right? And I'm going to be serving this inner corridor through here with rail. So we've intentionally kept this open. We're going to put a train station or two along here. Maybe one in this pocket, maybe one down over here. And we're going to try and like link all that up and then bring some train. I don't even know how yet. Maybe we'll continue straight and do the waterfront. I think that was a kind of a fun plan. But I just want to make sure that we're like, you know, serving one bit with Metro, one bit with some rails, one bit with the trams. They're all kind of like, you know, helping each other out. They're not trying to like step on each other's feet. So worry about that on, you know, future day. And, oh, actually, you know what? I'm probably going to have to remove this road really quick. Just make that into a really fast tunnel. Okay, so a tunnel from point to point and then coming on up. And that's what we were talking about before, like hypothetically, the bus line should just solve itself. You might see the not connected icons pop up for a second, but we should be a-okay. All right, now this gives us room to do something absolutely magnificent and silly with this. So let's go from, say, ground level here. Gently like that, and I think that's the right spacing, yep. Is that even, Steven? Yes, it is. Okay, this is getting ridiculous, and I love it. And let's have this go underground. Perfect. And then we're gonna just slightly offset, but we'll put one or two stations as we go down this way. All right, slope permitting, put it on the commercial side. We'll push it out just to see if it's possible, then we'll flatten it out after. Fantastic. I don't really want to get rid of that cinema. It's such a lovely building, but interest of progress. Oh boy. I'm going to hear about that in the comment. That was a nice cinema, wasn't it? Oh, I feel bad now. All we're left was a parking lot, but that's okay. Metro is important. People can rent, with Blockbuster, is that still around? Yeah, right. Okay, so let's connect these tunnels up now. And like symmetrical for the sake of it looking nice, and then we'll just, you know, budge that over just a little bit here. And then I need this to connect up to here, essentially. And learning what we did before, let's try not to have the tracks be too crazy. That might be a little bit too sharp, so let's just try first. And I want to just find the right spot here to create a new line, which is going to be a little complicated. And you know what, let's go from up here. Okay, so I'm not able, unfortunately, to do that bank. It is too tight. That's a simple fix, though. So we'll just do a little gentle outward, and then gentle inward. We can make that look nicer, I think. Oh, actually, no, we could do even, is kind of create like a little junction almost out of this. Yeah, so why don't we do... It's the beauty of hiding this stuff underground, so you don't have to see all your silliness. I believe that's what I want. I think we have enough action through here that I'm not looking to use it as a loop, but we can still get trains doing their jazz. All right, so let's try from here to here to here. Fantastic. And then this one is going to do the complete loop. All right, so let's go up over to here. Oh, this is great. Oh, exciting. And so that's finished, right? So that's one side of the tracks. Let's zoom in, make sure we're collecting people on the other side now. Create new line. Let's go the opposite direction. Add stop. Add stop. Oh, this is great. Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, moments of truth here. Oh, look at that. Now, this end might not get too much action just yet, but our goal definitely was to help reduce the total number of people using our trolley buses, make sure that's still accessible for the people that live in the neighborhoods. Don't want this to be the only form of public transit going through here. You know, there's still a couple stops. So something we could do, actually, we haven't done this yet, is why don't we adjust one of the budget panels? I think over time, the trams will still help. Oh, not the tram, sorry, the metro. But let's give our budget a bump here, and let's get 9 vehicles. Maybe help clear a little bit of that backlog. And if we click on the line itself, you can see, like, it's not too bad, but 94 people. Never mind, that's 3 buses worth of people hanging out right there. So yeah, we gotta help eliminate that. But this could just be one of those things where it's like the more time that runs, you know, the more people start using the train. That's so fantastic, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. I know what we're gonna do. Let's hang out here for a split second, wait for another vehicle to come. Let's do a first-person little follow-through. Well, I guess third-person technically, but let's see if we can catch one of these guys in the act. Oh, there you are. Pause the game. Hop on this, follow you along. And let's go. Oh, that's awesome. Why are we doing this kind of stuff more often, eh? And then, yeah, we'll go take a look over and see how the trams are doing on the other side of town. Oh, it's so fantastic. Look at the city in the distance, too, eh? What a nice height this is. I feel like you're kind of like within the tree canopy. Oh, that's so fun. I love how the tram or the trains kind of wiggle a little bit on the turns. All right, so way we go down. That's so awesome. Great stuff here. Now, this is a random little tidbit. If you don't want parking on this street here, for example, switch over to a tree line road. Added bonus is that your noise also won't carry as much from the residential or commercial zone, sorry. But like force them to use the actual parking lot that's there. Yeah, bus route's good for this. That's fantastic, man. I tell you what. And then we can make a little park out of this. Decorate the inside part here. And let's go take a look over here. How are the buses interacting with everything? Rather nicely, the way I was hoping them to. That's great. Our trolley seems to be a lot more manageable. Remember, this stop was out of control. So that's great. And let's see how, the tram line. Oh, I love trams. Yeah, not too shabby. So we've got our stops in the middle. And we got a dedicated tram line through here, track-wise. We're only just kind of waiting for the lights, which is not too bad. Yeah, this is great. What a fun addition. And then having public transit like this is a really great way to get your buildings to a higher level. And so now that we've got the trams rolling, we could probably justify putting in a little bit more high density through here. Especially if it's like walking distance. Let's just do one building. Short answer is, why the heck not, right? That's really cool. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Not a bad little start. And we'll probably have to put a lot of the infrastructure in, so I don't know how much of the trains we can get done next episode, but let's try and focus on trains. This is a great way just to get the transit rolling. And it's long overdue. Holy smokes, man. And I think our traffic is really benefiting. And then the buildings, everything's just great. Like, I think adding transit it's so undervalued. And yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money, but like the benefits, man. Like having the less traffic on the road, seeing all the people walking, all the interactivity. This is so much fun. And the fact that the trams are going to sneak on through here. Oh, I love that so much. All right, I got to sit here and watch that happen. Put on 3-speed for a second. But yeah, guys, just try and drop any questions you have. I'll do my best to answer anything, like, transit related. Keep them coming. And like I said, we'll try and focus on passenger trains, some internal, external lines. And then, yeah, down the road, in a few episodes, we'll revisit this, but we'll take a cargo approach. All right, come on, give me what I want to see. Show me. Oh, I love that we got little signal control, too. Remember we joked how we wouldn't need that? But, oh, man, this is fantastic. That is so great. All right, guys, I look really forward to reading the comments, as always. Sorry for not being able to keep up with them. There's just so many coming in these days. They're all wonderful. I appreciate you so much. We'll be doing cinematics and then the district naming very, very soon. I don't mean to keep putting that off, so I really appreciate all your support, guys. And just thanks for being here. All in all, I really appreciate it. So I hope you're having a great day. I hope your day's now better. Mine certainly is. Having you guys around, it puts a bigger smile on my face. So thanks for being the wind in my sails, guys. We'll see you again. Many more episodes to come. And you're just wonderful. So don't ever change. Okay. Happy building. I'm rambling. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you again.